Rosie.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about what you do with music.
So it started out as a hobby, but then it kind of skyrocketed for me. I was introduced to a lot of really cool people who gave me some awesome opportunities to play music just kind of around different cities. So Carmel, Zionsville, and I play wineries, restaurants, just like little different events. And it's been really fun. But I do guitar and singing and just kind of ambiance music.
Where did it all start? How'd you pick guitar?
I was gifted a guitar for Christmas.
Awesome.
Which is like the classic story of how it all starts. So gifted a guitar for Christmas, started taking lessons, messed around with it myself. I did like choir and stuff in high school, and I really liked all the singing and stuff, and so I started seeing like a vocal coach, and we just sort of combined everything together, and then
And it worked, clearly.
It took off from there.
Who are some creators that inspired you or influenced the way that you do things, the way you perform, or the style of music that you enjoy?
My family members probably primarily got me into the type of music that I do.
That's a cool answer.
My uncle, he's awesome. He plays guitar too, so I think he was a big influence on me actually getting the guitar for Christmas.
Yeah.
But he sends me songs all the time, so my music taste has been heavily influenced by him. And my grandma, she loves all kinds of music. Bonnie Raitt, Susan Tedeschi. I love them. I'm a huge Joni Mitchell fan, Alanis Morissette. So kind of the older classics.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you remember the first song that you learned on guitar?
I think it was an Elvis Presley song.
Seriously?
And it was like the one in like the instruction book or like the how-to book for
those
beginners.
music books.
It was definitely Elvis Presley. But after that, I can't remember what like first guitar tab that I printed.
How long ago was that? How long have you been playing guitar?
I was 13, 12 or 13. Okay. So kind of a while, but oh shoot.
A long time.
Yeah, long time. So sorry I can't remember.
Where did you perform first? How did that happen? Did somebody reach out to you about it? Did you go to somebody else?
Yes, so my vocal coach does a lot of the bookings he runs a company for like artists like me.
Really?
And he signed me to it, which has been awesome.
That's awesome, yeah.
The artist development company, ADC.
ADC.
But after a couple lessons and, a couple weeks of me practicing, preparing, I got a nice set list down, and he set me up outside of a shop in Carmel. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the Photo 3D Printing Lab.
Okay.
For their Saturday night Music on Monon? Meet Me on Main. That's what it's called. For the Meet Me on Main's event that they do.
Good alliteration there.
Yes, right? And I've been doing those ever since. I think that my first one was in like 2018.
Very nice.
Yep.
So I got to one of your performances in Zionsville at the Scoop.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things that was cool about it, and different than how a lot of other musicians do it, is you interact with the audience a lot.
Yeah.
I noticed that. You did a great job of it. Does it come to you naturally, or did you have to work on that?
Oh, absolutely not.
Really?
I definitely had to work on it. I had to get over a little bit of stage fright, but once I realized that, like, people were there to just enjoy music, like, they're not, they're there to listen, like, they're there to have a good time, and, like, that's what I'm there to do as well. Getting over that hump, and, yeah, just relaxing and having fun with it.
I think it adds a whole new dimension, because especially, like, with requests, the audience has a little bit of power to turn the performance to what they want it to be.
Oh, 100%,
and
absolutely.
With your versatility, it works really well.
Right.
Where's your favorite place to perform? Do you have a favorite performance that you've done?
I have a lot of answers to this.
That's okay, we got lots of time.
It's so hard to pick. But my favorite, I think, solo would probably have to be Peace Water Winery. I just love the staff there.
Right.
They're so nice to me. They're so, they invite me back all the time. They're fun to hang out with when I take breaks. And I just like the setting of it in general. But other than that, I think my favorite place that I've ever played was the Indianapolis airport.
Really?
Yeah. So they would do a couple, just like music events, like every couple weekends they'd have someone come play. And so I got to do a couple of those. They did one for Christmas too. But what I liked about it was I wasn't allowed to have a tip jar out because they paid me like a salary or whatever.
Right.
But people would still leave me tips and just set it in front of me. So I've got a couple like Japanese yen bills or like
so
euro
cool,
coins. Yeah. And of course I've kept like all of them.
Yeah.
I can't use them here, but they're cool little souvenirs and that's been really cool. Yeah. And then my band and I, we got to play at the Vogue for a fundraiser for their school.
Right.
in the summer of 2020, kind of when COVID and everything was happening. And that was just such a cool experience. And like, we didn't have a live audience. It was a live stream.
Right.
It was still really, really cool to get up on that stage and
then
Google who's played there, like right after and being like,
wow.
Whoa.
It's real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about the band.
They're great. We haven't been able to play a lot, and we didn't really get a chance to play that much this summer just because everyone was busy with jobs and getting back to school and other things. But, you know, 2 of my bandmates go to school with me in Purdue, and the other ones are pretty close by. And so we're hoping to get together and jam every once in a while.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the winery and the people there.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the people that you've met. Have you been introduced to most of the people through ADC? Who are some of your favorites to work with?
Yeah, so a lot of them are people from ADC. When I went to Ripple Effect Studio in Broad Ripple, the sound guy there, his name's Chris. He's awesome. I love working with him. And he runs sound whenever we've got the big band and we do gigs and stuff. And he'll come help us with all of our equipment. And he's super fun to talk to because he's just got all kinds of stories about the people that he's worked with.
Yeah.
So my vocal coach as well, Blair Clark, he's been awesome. He works with some of the most incredible people in LA, California, and, you know, Nashville, Tennessee, and he's doing all kinds of cool stuff.
He's Indianapolis too.
Exactly, Indianapolis too. But yeah, they've been really awesome. And my favorite also is just I have people come up to me after I play, and it's like parents of kids who are like, "You're young, like you're doing this, you have this opportunity. How did you start? Like, how can I encourage my kid? They really want to do something like this. Like, how can I help them?" And that's always my favorite interaction because I don't like to preach at people about getting into music or stuff like that, but when they come to me about it and I can help guide someone in the right direction, I feel really good about that.
Yeah, and it's good because it doesn't feel like sales. It feels like you've shown them that you have the talent. You don't have to convince them.
Right,
and then they're coming
exactly. And you don't have to be the best at it at all. Like, if you enjoy doing it, like, you'll find your way.
As long as it's better than the time you did it last, you're improving.
Exactly.
And you got to start somewhere. So.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Would you consider, like mentoring some of those kids that you were talking about? Would you consider that in your future, helping them get out and do the same things you're doing or other?
I'd love to be able to do that. Like, of course I'm not perfect. Like, I've been doing this for, you know, since 2018 at least, playing live. And after every gig, like, I'll still have a song or two that doesn't go the way that I wanted it.
Yeah,
but, like, that's part of it.
Right.
That's part of it. But I would still love to share that experience and maybe help someone also be able to do that. So, yeah.
Are you gigging at Purdue?
Yes, very occasionally. This first semester, I haven't really been able to find the time to, just because of credit hours and everything. And I have a sophomore review that I have to go under for my major. But the Tap in West Lafayette is a really fun place to play at. And then there's a couple other pubs and wineries around the area that...
That's dope.
I love it. It's so fun.
What about long term? Are you thinking about recording original music? Do you want to just keep gigging? What's your vision?
It's been brought up to do some original stuff, and, you know, I dabble here and there, like with writing. I'm not the best at it. I definitely have a voice in other ways, but
we gotta start somewhere.
Exactly, yeah. And I think, you know, We'll see.
We'll see. All right, I won't put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. But gigging, absolutely. I really enjoy doing it, and it's something I can, you know, come back to every now and then.
Excellent. So at Habitat Sartorial, we're all about Indianapolis. We're all about Indy, helping people financially and on a personal level. You help people on a personal level by sharing your talent. What does the city of Indianapolis mean to you?
It means a lot. So, born and raised, Indy. Let's go, baby, go Hoosiers. Well, boiler up, but...
Caught yourself there.
I did. I slipped up. But, so we are the crossroads of America, and I think that really speaks a lot to what Indianapolis means to me, just because you really do feel that, and I feel that especially when I go to gigs, because I meet so many different people. People come up and talk to me. They enjoy the music. It starts a conversation, and I think that's the biggest takeaway that I get from doing music, sharing music with the people of Indianapolis. Yeah.
And the airport situation is really cool.
Oh my God.
One of the things that I have talked about with the other musicians that we had in here is Indianapolis is a very diverse city of personality, right? you have lots of different people coming from lots of different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've added on to that by having people from different countries.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that the different mindsets in Indianapolis, attitudes towards music, backgrounds that live so close to each other, do you think that makes it easier to connect with a lot of people?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I mean, music is a universal language.
Right.
Like, you could be listening to a song in a completely different language than what you speak, but you still feel that emotion that it gives you. And I've been able to meet other musicians even through gigs, and they all do different genres of music, and they are communicating different things, but, like, we're still having the same conversation.
Yeah.
So
music maybe breaks down the barriers.
It does. It absolutely does.
Last question. How about some other musicians that you've worked with that you had a great time working with, or that taught you something like that?
I think the biggest thing is to let loose and just have fun. Like, doing music and having it as a career, I guess, in quotations, is you can't treat it like that. You can't treat it really like a job, because although you're getting paid and you're considered a professional, you're getting out there to have fun.
Yeah.
You want other people to have fun.
It's a creative discipline.
It's exactly. Really, like, you want to let people take away whatever they're going to take away. Yeah. You can't expect that. You can't have
engineer.
one set. Exactly. Yeah.
Is that your goal? Career in music?
No, I think it's definitely going to stay a side thing and just something I do. But I am still within the arts.
Okay,
so.
Perfect. We'll keep it up because you're good at it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for coming in, Rosie.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.